We have a box and we have a catted downpipe. Reason for that is my wife complains about the exhaust smell of the WRX, and so I figured I will go a catted downpipe to satisfy her, and hopefully she will want to travel in the car more often. The reason she might be annoyed is this flex joint here is looking rather shitty. So yeah, we're going to change that out. I don't know how well this exhaust is going to fit. I've got to check the angle of that flange. I do have another flange I can weld on, I think. Yes, I do. So, got a 3-inch flange there. We've got a welder here. So, yeah, hopefully we can sort it out. It is now Thursday evening, or yeah, Thursday evening, I guess. What time is it? 4 o'clock. So, don't know whether I'll get it completely done. But anyway, I'm going to get on with it. I spent the day working on Ollie's Sora. That's all tuned now. If you want to hear what it sounds like with the exhaust that he built, go back to the video prior to this one, and there's a sound clip fairly early on of what his exhaust sounds like. It sounds absolutely wicked, that car. And today I spent the day wiring up his fan to be controlled by the ECU, and undoing all the dodgy wiring that I did prior. So let's get into it. I'm thinking, yeah, this flange is the opposite direction, but we'll see. Fingers crossed it just bolts straight up, but that never ever happens. Hey, Dorothy. Okay, so that actually didn't take that long. 8 bolts. But you can see how much bigger the bell mouth is on the new one compared to the old one. So I don't think that catalytic converter is going to really do, much hindrance. But this is the dilemma that we face right here. So if I line those up, sorry about that. So they're kind of in line. Yeah, a little bit of a difference. So I think what I'm going to have to do is bolt up the flange and then actually make sort of an extension piece, because if we have a look, they're both totally on the wrong angle, both that way and that way. And I have a feeling that the person who had this exhaust previously has already had that flange changed once before. So no big deal. Just means it's going to take a little bit longer to... I'll have to mock it up, tack it in place, like tack the flange and or any bits that I'm going to use, and then take it over and weld it on the bench and hope it doesn't all move. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to get this downpipe in and have a look at how we're going to go. I don't know how that's going to fit with the existing hanger there, but I guess I'll find out soon. Okay, Friday morning. I've got a little bit of time before I have to go to my job. So I'll show you what I did. Can't remember what I showed you yesterday, but I chopped off that flange and that bendy bit. Like if you see here, they've obviously put a bendy bit where the old pipe would have gone straight, and you'll see that under here. So just get under here. Okay, so we're under here. I've got a jack holding the exhaust up. That's where we want to get to. Some tips I can provide is always make sure that it's bolted in securely where it's going to be, because even if you don't put the bolts on and you tack it in place and then you go and weld it and it all moves, if that moves, then this is going to move and then it's going to hit somewhere along the way. So because that flange, I don't know whether you guys can see, but it's at a funny angle. So what I've attempted to do is make some marks. Hang on. I've attempted to make some marks and then adjusted this pipe so it's on a bit of an angle. And I'll continue to line up those marks and adjust it. I squared this one off as best I can. And then this one, like the flange can pivot, but you at least need to have the end of the pipe sort of shorter, or like have a chamfer. What's the dog doing? Anyway, so yeah, I'll show you why. So my flange is here, right? Now, the length of this pipe, I've actually made it, it's better to make it longer and remove material than make it too short and then have to add material. So I've made it slightly too long, and the fitment between this flange and this pipe is really quite tight. What that means is that it'll be good for welding it, but when we go to angle it, it's quite tight. And because the pipe is at its maximum length, when you angle it, there'll be a section. So if you can imagine this side is up higher level with here, this side will be sticking out. And so therefore you won't be able to butt up against your, your flange that you're trying to do. So this is slightly too long. What I'll probably end up doing is trying to get the back half of the exhaust, take that middle section off, and then just try and linish it flat. The problem with a really long pipe trying to linish it flat is, you've got to get it square this way and you've got to get it square that way, or you're just gonna, you're gonna linish a crooked angle, and then you need to make this pipe meet that crooked angle. So that's why it's easier to have like flared joints. So yeah, anyway, that's what we're doing. I got to go to work soon. Yeah, in about 6 minutes I got to leave. So yeah, that's that. We'll continue this in a couple of seconds for you, but when I get back from my job. Hey Dorothy, I'll be back to see you. She's so fat. Look at how she wiggles her butt. Anyway. Okay, so we're here at my other job. There's the Cresta. Cresta. And we're gonna wash a couple of bikes. I'm gonna service them. This is our little workshop. And yeah, that's what I'm doing until I can go back and weld that exhaust. Somebody didn't turn the water on. That was me. So the degreaser is like biodegradable. It's like a detergent. Works really well. In fact, if you are interested, this is it here. If you're international, unfortunately, this is an Australian company. So you can see here it's biodegradable, water soluble, leaves no residue, and you rinse it off with water. It says here it says this to dilute to 1 versus 150 because it stains. But it's got some sort of compound in there. So you just don't let it dry on carbon fiber or anything matte black, really. So this bike's matte black. I better get it washed. It's also starting to bloody rain. But oh yeah, that's like a BMX track that's down near my work as well. Keep wanting to bring my RC car down there. I brought it once and it broke, so I'll have to come give it another go. Okay, we made it home, and I just got stuck into this. So, I mean, I guess it's straight off there. I guess we'll see how it fits up this pipe. That's how it sits in the car. Yeah, no, that pipe it's straight. I've got it straight this way. And it's reasonably straight coming off there, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see what it does when we put it under the car. The flange can twist, etc. And that's why I've like chamfered this end down a little bit. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'm just trying to think, the header was lower. Or was it higher? I can't remember. Anyway, we're going to stick it back onto the car. I'm going to bolt the flange up, and then I'm going to insert that into where the flange is. And then I'm probably going to try the gasless MIG again to tack that in place. It usually does an okay job of tacking stuff in place. Yeah, I don't know. It's too tricky to get under there with the TIG and TIG it in place. That is the best way to tack it. So I don't know. I'm going to figure it out anyway. Just having a little bit of a break. And then I'm going to stick this back under the car and see how we go with the flange. Okay, so flange is now welded on. Turn on some light here. See, the biggest issue is you get it into position and you try and tack it on the vehicle, but then as you weld it, it moves. So I put some tacks on the inside. It's still hot, it's still cooling down, but I put some tacks on the inside to hopefully stop the flange from moving. And then when I welded it out, I would do this side, do that side, do this side, do that side, that type of thing. So fingers crossed it hasn't moved, because what then happens is your entire exhaust is based off the position of that flange. So if it's crooked a couple of millimeters at this end, it's not going to line up very well at this end. There's also no flex joint in it as well. And then it also puts a lot of pressure on the dump pipe, which also doesn't have a flex joint. But fingers crossed. I mean, I've done this a couple of times before now, so hopefully it all just works out. But yeah, I'm not the greatest welder in the world. I just do it as a hobby. There's also some oh yeah, don't look at that side. I mean, there are some inclusions from using the MIG welder to tack it. So that's not too bad, but then you'll get to a point like this where there was probably some sort of attack from the MIG welder, and then you've got to try and weld over that, and it sucks all the grossness into it, or it bubbles up. And anyway, people who weld will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's done now, so just waiting for it to cool down, and then I've got to paint it, and then we'll put it on, I guess. All right, we're all done. It worked out. I just need my keys. I'd like to hear what it sounds like, if it sounds any different to normal. With the cat. Let's have a listen. So yeah, that all worked out well. It doesn't change the sound at all. So that's kind of a plus, I guess. I was hoping it might make it louder, although it might make a difference out on the road maybe. But I'm definitely going to look into a different exhaust, because that one, as you could probably see, there were some sections that are 2.5 inch, I think somebody's put in. I just want a full 3-inch system. So anyway, found that helpful. Leave us a like. Subscribe if you want to see more of this thing or that thing, or Oliver's Soarer, now that that's up and going. And yeah, thanks for watching.